Hello YouTube and welcome back. If you remember from my last video, we fixed the misfire on this Chevy Cruze. Now we're going to fix the other two codes that were in it. I don't know if you remember what they were, but we're going to check them again just to make sure. And I do want to mention that the number 3 misfire has been fixed and the car's been running pretty good since then. Here's our first code, a P069E. That's the fuel pump module requesting the MIL light. And here's our second code. A P059F. Active grill air shutter A. Performance stuck off. Here's a rundown of the tools we're going to use. Various plastic trim tools. And you want to use plastic so it doesn't scratch the paint. We have a 90-degree pick, a pocket screwdriver, and another trim tool that we are going to use to pull out our push pins. There's a set of Torx bits, and here is a 1/4-inch ratchet set. It's pretty much all you need to get the job done. Okay, so let's get started on this. We're going to have to pull this bumper cover off. It's probably the easiest way to get to this thing. And right there you can see the grill shutter is broken on the passenger side and stuck closed on the driver's side. Now, I'm going to start from the top first. This is the easiest stuff to do. We got to take out this 10mm bolt, these 4 push pins, and there's another 10mm bolt over here. So we're going to get those out. And in the fender well here, we have 3 T20 Torx screws that need to come out. There's 1, there's 2, and there's the third one. Not only on the driver's side, we have those on the passenger side too. There's the first one, the second one, and the third one that we're going to have to take out. Using our metal trim tool, we want to pop the center out of this push pin. We want to pull that center up, so we want to get up underneath the center there and pull that up. Just kind of pry it up and then get underneath our push pin there and pop it out of the hole. There, our push pin is out. And we can move on to doing the other 3. Let's get all of our push pins out, the other 3, and then we're going to move on to pulling out our 10mm bolts. Moving on, we're going to get our T20 Torx bit, and we're going to remove the 3 screws from the fender well on the driver's side and go over and do the 3 on the passenger side. Okay, so here's the hardest part of this job. There are clips that hold the bumper onto the fender and onto the car, and you can't fully depress them. So you have to go in with a trim tool to kind of separate it so you can even get in there to loosen them up. But when you go in there with a trim tool, you can't fully depress the clips and release them. So you have to go in with well, I used my hook pick, and I kind of pulled the bumper cover up and over top of those clips in order to loosen them up. If you just start yanking on them, you're going to break them. And I did break the first one, but I go in there and I pull them up and over to get that loose. And then we have 2 more under the headlights. There's one there. I don't know how good you can see it. And there's another one here. You basically have to do the same thing. Push down on the clip and pull the bumper cover with a pick kind of up and over. But that's what it looks like. Those aren't broken. They do have a little bit of damage to them, but that'll be underneath the headlight, so you're not really going to see that. Like I said, this is the hardest part to do on this job. So here's the passenger side. We got that apart. We've got our headlight clips undone. This side went a little bit easier. And our bumper cover is loose on the top. So underneath we have various T20 Torx screws that need to come out. and there's 4 push pins to take this cover off. Now this car only has 2. When the dealer did the clutch slave, they must not have put the other 2 back. Surprise, surprise. So we are going to move on here and take this cover off the bottom. After that bottom cover is off, you can pretty much pull the bumper right off the car. There are the holes for the 4 push pins. And there are holes for the T20 torque screws. I also took out the torque screws that hold in the air shutter. At least the bottom ones anyway. So if you want to take the bumper fully off, you can undo the side marker lights, the air temp sensor, and of course the air shutter. But I'm just looking to do the air shutter here. And as you can see, this thing is broke. So I bought a whole new unit to replace it with. There's 2 T20 torques on the top. These are the ones that are hard to get to. This is a reason why you want to take off the bumper. And then there's 3 on the bottom. I know I just counted 4, but there's only 3. I thought there were 4 when I made the video. So I got the old one out, undid the plug, and pulled it out. So there's 3 T20 torque screws on the bottom, and then there's 2 T20 torque screws on the top. You can see this thing's broke. That side was broken. This side was stuck closed. I don't know if it could be fixed, but ultimately I think the motor's bad. Here's the new one that I got from GM. This is the way it comes. Now we're going to get the new one put into the bumper cover, and we're going to put the bumper cover back on. Before we do that though, we have to remove these little screw clips from the old one and put them onto the new one. They just pull off. Pop it off. Pop it onto the new one. And those are the 3 for the bottom. Now we're ready to put it back on. Okay, so we've got the top 2 T20 screws installed, and I think I'm going to do the other ones from underneath once the bumper cover's back on. It's probably easier. I'll also hook up the clip and the plug and everything once the bumper cover's back. Putting this bumper cover back on is pretty easy to do. It's just the reverse of the removal, basically. So, pick the cover up. Slide it back onto the front of the car, line everything up. Line it up on the top, line it up around the headlights. Once everything's lined up, all you got to do is push it back in onto the clips on the passenger side and driver's side. Just pops back on, pretty easy to do. Put our push pins back in. Don't forget to put your 3 torque screws on either side back into your fender wells. And after that, all that's left is to put the bottom cover back on. So, we're all finished. Bumper cover's back on. Everything's looking pretty good. Our new unit is installed. It's in the open position. Hopefully this makes the engine light go out. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks.